Lord have mercy. I probably need to start over because I just sound all
It's all
crazy.
good because we doing both.
We do. I just
We
said if you
serving
don't
we
want it
serving
on
the
there, don't
people.
say
We
it.
serving the people
Let's
and we
go.
delivering. So yeah.
All right. Delivering our mail. Tell us about your role, 4G.
So I actually play one of the uncles, a gentleman by the name of Keith, um, old school cat, thugged out. I am a horrible influence to one of my brothers who was recently, been released from prison. He's trying to go on a straight and narrow. Me along with a few of my other brothers, we ain't happy. We about that family business, which is getting that paper. So,
Getting that paper. And I'm telling you, we all know those folks.
absolutely.
Not that they're in my family or anything. And how much of this role is art imitating life for you?
So, if I could be 100% honest, I mean, it's nothing. It's not a lifestyle that I have actually participated in personally. However, I've seen it throughout the course of my life in one form or another. And so, just through the familiarity of seeing it growing up, things along those lines, and of course, just having an understanding of who the actual character is, I was able to embody that particular character.
That's important. That's important. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Florida,
Okay, okay. What part?
the Panhandle, Panama City.
Oh, okay. I actually never knew anybody from there. How about that? All right. That's awesome. And how long you been in Georgia?
Recently hit 4 years, relocated here at the top of 2020, right after Hurricane Michael. Some
Mm,
unfortunate events happened there. Loss of a sister, and
mm. All right.
obviously the catastrophic events of the town within itself. Just a little bit to just kind of process mentally. So it was time for change of
Mm.
scenery.
Okay, okay. And what impact do you all hope to deliver in these performances from this powerful stage play?
Well, so me personally, I'm pretty sure Miss Kiana and a lot of the other cast members probably share the same mindset. But just transparency and being able to change lives, just being able to be transparent and allow the audience that we're actually catering to basically be able to relate to the message that we're trying to relate. At the end of the day, we just kind of want lives change. That's the whole objective, about impacting
Perfect.
and empowering people to kind of move forward from the negative into a positive direction.
Nice, nice. I love that. I like when people do things that aren't just for the sake of art, but doing things that have a meaning behind them.
Absolutely.
That is very important. There's so
Absolutely.
many of our youth, and some not even so youthful, that are still lost. And I want to make sure that as many eyes get on this play as possible. And do you have any other things in the works creatively that we can share?
Oh, I don't even know where to begin. But so a little bit about myself personally. I'm actually a artist, a hip hop artist. I'm also an actor, and I'm also a first time book author. And I'm
Mhm.
actually in the process of doing a book relaunch.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, it's a few days before the actual play on August the 18th. But I'm doing a book relaunch. My book is entitled Bounce Back, and there's also a film loosely that will be loosely based that's set to follow the book as well. So on August 18th, I'll actually be hosting a pod party, Bounce Back book relaunch.
Listen, y'all heard it here. I think I'm gonna claim an exclusive. Bounce back pod party. We have so many things that are needed in this community. Tell us a little about your story, Bounce Back.
So it's like yourself, it's a memoir.
Mm,
Thank you for sharing, a little bit about uh, your story as well.
my pleasure.
Relate to a lot of what you said. But so my story is like this. Just grew up, in family dysfunction, dealt with rejection, it's public information, so I'm not embarrassed about it. I was violated, when I was 10 years old, um, in and out of foster care, toxic relationships. And the list goes on and on, but through the game of basketball, I learned life lessons that kind of helped me to persevere and just overcome the challenges that I was dealing with as a youth. But also, it provided an outlet to me, rather than going out there and, you know, leaning towards alcohol or drugs. Basketball was my outlet. And so from that, kind of like the whole objective behind my story is I was able to articulate things that a lot of men and even women, but obviously I'm a male, so I was able to articulate internal feelings that most men typically don't want to talk about on the surface. And my objective through telling my story is to change lives. Just being able to kind of put that stuff out there. I grew up in a generation where people typically swept things under the rug.
Yes.
And those things were not talked about openly. And because of that, people grew up just doing just everything up under the sun to cope with that trauma
Yes.
that they were dealing with. And the problem with that is people out in the community, they're looking at the behavior, but no one ever takes the time to understand or find out what is the root cause of why he or she does what it is that they do. And so me writing the book did a few things for me. It allowed me to release some things that I had harbored. It was kind of therapy, because some things I'm still kind of, coping with. But it just kind of allowed me to release those things and just start dealing with those internal demons that, most of us, like I said, tend to harbor. And we all deal with them. We all deal with some demons in one form or another. Whatever, you may want to call, like I said, it could be alcohol abuse, drug abuse. The list just kind of goes on and on.
Yeah.
But having said all that, my whole objective behind doing the book relaunch is similar to the same reason why we're actually doing the play. Doing my book relaunch, I plan to have a panel discussion, Q&A, and provide resources, whereas people that are able to actually relate to the things that are mentioned within the book, they can actually go to for therapy to get the necessary help that they need.
That's awesome. I wanna interject now because you put a lot on the table. First of all, I want to applaud you for just having the strength to face and unpack all of that trauma that was kind of on your back for however many years. Now, you mentioned being violated. You said it was public information. So was the person charged?
No, when I said public information, I put it out there.
Okay.
I put it out. So music was another way that I actually invented. So outside of basketball, I typically put a lot of the things that I encountered in my music. And I did it for a lot of different reasons. As a musical artist, I'm sure you know that there are always blogs out there, just putting one story out about you. So I got smart. I'm like, I'm gonna promote it. So there's nothing that the general public can tell you that I haven't told you myself.
Yes.
And I do it unapologetically. But so know the individual, he's dead and gone, but nothing ever came out of it. And the crazy thing about it, I actually suppressed that memory for over 20 plus years.
And that's very common. Yeah. I've been talking to a lot of therapists and different people because I want to also include that component when I'm out speaking and doing, building my community. I want to make sure that piece is not forgotten. And a lot of people, they suppress it and they don't know why they are the way that they are. A lot of men, I recently was asked to attend this men's mental health summit, and a lot of the men had been violated and they didn't really remember, or they would treat women a certain way. How they perceived love was relating to that violation as a child. And there's so many men who don't know how to articulate what they feel about that.
Well, I think with myself, um, I never mistreated women. Uh, I was very promiscuous.
Mhm.
You know, through that experience, most people say that I should have been, batting for the other team or whatever. And I never really judge people that tend to go that direction because I understand that the same spirit very well comes down on me. So
Mhm.
I'm very non-judgmental. It's not a matter that people literally they cope with things in their own way
Right.
because it's my belief that for everything comes back to being a trust issue.
Mhm.
With me, the reason that I didn't trust a lot of women was because of a lot of things I saw my mother do. My mother wasn't, uh, she just wasn't that example. And then my father, him not being present and really not, you know, point me in the right direction of what to look for, what to avoid. I was just kind of out there, just kind of winging it, and dealt with a kind of, a lot of heartbreaks and just, I mean,
Trying to figure it out as a young person,
yeah,
not having the blueprint, the proper blueprint, a healthy blueprint in front of you. So you either lean toward what you see or you just try to figure it out.
everything with me and most men growing up, it's all about the candy that we see with our eyes. If they
Hmm.
look good and if they have this Coca-Cola body, it's like, yeah, she the one. But nah,
All the
so
glitters is not gold.
yeah, so as you get older, I mean, you just kind of
Get wiser.
that, and I think that until you actually know who you are as an individual, until you literally learn to love yourself more importantly. I mean, you can there's no way on God's green earth you even grasp the concept of what it means to love someone else. And I think Whitney Houston said it better than anybody. She said the greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all.
Absolutely.
And as fun as that may sound, that's how I basically started to go down my healing process. Because one of the very first birthday gifts I remember my mother giving me was a Teddy Pendergrass and a Whitney Houston tape. So,
They had
so
an amazing duet.
yeah,
Hold Me in Your Arms. I love that song.
and through that music,
That was her first single.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so a lot of that music, like I said, me being a musical artist, I actually lean more towards R&B before I actually even got into rap. And my idea behind the lyrics that I heard, that was my thought process. Like, this is what love's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
And like, nah,
You still went left.
yeah. Well, because again, I mean, the music has a way and a power to put you into this realm of
Absolutely.
what your expectation
Yeah.
of
Music is energy.
it is.
It really
It
is.
is. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I love what it did for me as far as like from a creative standpoint, and even I do believe that somewhere uh, that type of love does exist,
Mhm.
but just unfortunately for me and my experiences, it wasn't reality. And again, just kind of going back to like I said, the stage play and all the things that I experienced personally, like we as men, we literally we never voice the fact that we want to be loved, because
Yeah.
we're not emotional creatures,
Right.
at least not on the surface.
Right. And society is telling you that, that's on one hand, you're being told masculinity is toxic, and then on the other hand, if you express that vulnerability, you're looked at as soft. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I get it. I get it. And again, I applaud you for just having the courage to stand up and express however it is that you feel, show what you've gone through, and demonstrate that bounce back. That resiliency is everything. Just not giving up. And I want to encourage anybody out there, do not give up. I don't care what you went through. That's my main message. And you can overcome anything. You got to do is stay in the fight.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, where can people find you? Okay. Make sure it's still recording. Now it's license. Okay, it's still recording. All right. Tell me that again. 4G Rap Music.
4G Rap Music. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and of course my website is the same, 4grapmusic.com.
All right. And where can they buy your book at?
My website as well. And
Okay.
everything is listed on my website.
Awesome.
And again, if y'all are doing anything on August the 18th and 24th, by all means, do come out to the book relaunch and definitely come out to the Deliver All Mail stage. I think you all are definitely in for a treat. Definitely going to be life changing.
Are tickets being pre-sold for the play?
They are.
Okay. And where can people buy their tickets at?
DeliverAllMail.com.
Perfect. And where's the play going to be at?
Convention Center.
Atlanta Convention Center?
Clayton County Convention Center.
Clayton County Convention Center.
I'm still trying to familiarize myself with a lot of the places here.
It's all good. I've been here 12 years and I'm still like, if I don't follow GPS, man.
I know.
Sheesh. I know where the good restaurants are, though.
Absolutely.
I'll find some food. All right, 4G, it has been a pleasure talking to you. I am certain that I will be seeing you again, and I look forward to collaborating. And we have so many similarities in our stories that, giving the male and female perspective to the same audience, I know that's powerful. I already know that's powerful. So y'all be looking for us in the future very soon.
Coming to a city near you.
All right.
All right.
Make sure y'all tune in. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. We are coming with some of the dopest content. I want to make sure that everybody does not miss it. Hit that notification bell, and you know what else to do? Stay popping.